Just a quick question. If you could give people a quick introduction, what AAU team you play for, and what prep school you go to, what position, and all that.
My name's Jahmarian Forrester, class of 2025. I'm a 6'9" wing. I'm listed as a small forward. I play for the collective elite 17U AU team. I go to school at the Balboa School, which just currently relocated from California, San Diego to Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, nice, nice, bro. So, where are you from, and how did you get started with basketball?
I'm from Toronto, Ontario, and I moved out to Hamilton when I was about 12. I started playing basketball in, I believe it was the sixth grade. Started playing basketball sixth grade. I was 11, turning 12. I started out on Toronto Triple Threat, and then throughout there, I made my way up, playing on teams like UPlay, Oakville Venom, and Burloak Elite. And throughout the years, I would just focus on development and stuff like that. Because my first early years, I wasn't very good. So I just kept working, and soon enough, I was exposed to the prep scene uh, through Lincoln Prep, and then from Lincoln Prep, I went to Balboa last year.
That's good. That's a good come up. Who was your favorite player growing up?
Growing up, I always got comparisons to him just because of my frame and my lanky build. But Kevin Durant, I
Yeah,
just love the way, like, I just love his game and like everything about it. Like the way he's just so fluid with the ball as a 7 footer is just remarkable. So yeah, I really enjoy watching him play.
that's a fact. It's different.
Yep.
Um, so with that said, like Kevin Durant being your favorite player, you're like a guard forward.
hmm
Um, kind of do a lot of things. So Kevin Durant inspired you to play that way. Um, so what has your like season been like so far with the AU season? How's that been going for you?
My AAU season has had its ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been looking up. I feel that I'm one of, if not the main piece on my collective team. So I obviously I have a sort of pressure around me to play well every time and stuff like that, which I for the most part live up to. And so far it's been going pretty well. Um, I have some interest in a few schools and stuff like that, and hopefully looking to get more with the remaining tournaments and live periods that we have.
Okay, that's cool, bro. So talking about development, you kind of had to like focus on development and becoming like a future piece. What
hmm
is the biggest jump you've seen in your game from the past until now?
Um, I feel like most of my development, I would have to give credit to this past year at Balboa. It was really a wake up call for me, and showed me through the league we played in, the grind session, and through like our practices and how hard we practice and whatnot. That like I could really do this if I like really work and put my mind to it. And like the progression I've seen throughout that time was like, for example, my body. I went to that school weighing about 176 pounds, something like that, and I left weighing 193. So I put on some weight, and I feel I also got a little bit quicker, jumping a bit higher, and I could see how that's like elevated my game a little bit. I've been able to hang with older guys because in the grind session, that's mostly what we're playing, older competition.
Oh, that's tough, bro. And it's like usually a big jump, especially when you're playing at the national prep circuit versus playing in Canada. Um, Given like being exposed to like that high level of competition, how has that like shaped your off season? Has it changed the way you change? Have you developed a routine? Like, what are you looking to like develop this off season?
This off season, I've mostly been looking to improve on my left hand, which is something I feel I was very strong with, and I'm still not super comfortable with it. But I've been putting in reps to work with my left hand, also my ball handling and shooting. Honestly, I want to have an all around game. I don't want to have any flaws or holes to my game that anyone can exploit. So this season, I'm mostly focused on, for one, putting more size onto my frame, working with my left hand and getting my handles up there so I can really be more of a guard type player.
Oh, that's perfect, bro. That's perfect. So, what has been the biggest difference between playing in Canada and playing in the States?
Well, honestly, when I was in Canada, I didn't play too much. I wasn't too exposed to the OSBA as I was mostly like a bench player, but just throughout the practices and stuff like that, like I can tell like the difference. Like for one, like practicing in Canada and stuff like that, like on Lincoln Prep, like it wasn't as intense as Balboa. Like Balboa, basically, I feel like our practices were harder than some games, honestly, because like we went
Mm,
at each other, and it honestly it prepared us for games and stuff like that, and got us to where we need to be. So I feel like the difference between at least Canada prep and like a national prep is the intensity at which they practice with, how serious they take this stuff, and like the stuff you got to do off the court too. Because I feel like here we wasn't doing too much off the court, and we weren't really encouraged to. And you can say that's on
mm.
our part too, but on the national prep circuit in America, like you're very highly encouraged to get stuff done by yourself because practice isn't enough.
No, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense,
Mhm.
and it's like if you're not exposed to it, if you're not aware about it, you're not really gonna know. So that makes perfect sense. So,
Yeah.
given like the step up in talent and intensity, like what do you think is the biggest adjustment you had to make to your game? Is it like putting on size? Is it developing your handle, learning how to play on the wing? Like what has that been like?
Honestly, it's it's been trying to find like I've been trying to get more aggressive with the ball and stuff like that. I realized that I moved like very lackadaisical and stuff like that in the past, and I had to move with more urgency and intensity and aggression to get to the basket. Because like most defenders who are on me are a little bit shorter than me, so I can use that to my advantage. And I feel like before I got to that school, I wasn't using that to my advantage too much. And throughout the season, I started learning how to be more aggressive with the ball, get to my spots. Like I wouldn't let the defender dictate me. Rather, I'd make them have to move with me. So I feel like that's changed a lot.
Just getting them on your hip, getting to your spot, stuff like that. Huh?
Yep, yep.
That makes sense. Um, so, um, you talked about some interest you've been getting from some schools. I saw Illinois. I think I saw Yale. Um, what has that been like for you? And is it like an encouragement, or are you just like there's still a lot of work to do?
So it's been Illinois. That was BYU, I think you saw,
Oh,
and
yes,
it was
BYU.
California Baptist. And yeah, just hearing about that, it's most definitely more encouraging rather than me like trying to take my foot off the pedal. Like, oh, like I've made it. No, it's nothing like that. It's more like I'm seeing the interest and stuff like that, but I want official offers and I want more offers from more schools, like an array of schools that I have, so that I can have like a choice from. And honestly, just seeing that has been amazing because like it's really everything you've worked towards. So it's just it's a big motivating factor, and it's most definitely encouraging.
That makes sense, bro. So, take me through a day in the life of like your off season. Like, what does that look like? Who's helping you out? How's
So
that work?
my off season is I wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock, anytime in between there. I go to the gym for about an hour, hour and a half. So that's me trying to put on the size piece. When I come back, I go for about what is it, 2 mile run. Uh, Sometimes I'll do a mile just to test my stamina, to see if I can still go under the 6 minute miles and stuff like that. So I'll do that after I come back from the gym, and then after I'm done running, I take about a 30-minute break. I get some food in me, and then I head to the basketball court where I'm working on my handles, my left hand, and like I'm just doing high intensity stuff for about an hour straight. And then later in the day, I do like mobility things to make sure I still have my mobility and I'm and stretching, so I'm not sore and stuff like that. And sometimes when I'm feeling up to it, I'll go for a second workout later in the day.
That's super dope, bro. That's super dope. So did anyone kind of help you develop that, or is that something you just like figured out on your own?
Honestly, it was my time at Balboa that helped me develop that work ethic because I was doing it at the off season there because our season finished in March and I left in like April, something like that. So in between that time we had, I developed it because we had a gym in the house that we lived in. So
Nice.
that and one of the coaches, uh, Coach Zach,
Yeah.
uh, Zach, he was always on me about my frame and stuff like that, and he was telling me like I played soft and stuff like that. My frame represented it, so I feel like that was a motivating factor for me to get in the weight room and try to like put on some size. And I also Coach Dom, he like let me know like what my ceiling could be and stuff like that, and I just need to put in the work. So I started doing
That's tough, bro. Shout out Coach Dom.
that.
Zach. Motivated you, man. That's big, bro. So like I always ask guys this, and like you have the right mindset, you have the right goals. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Honestly, in 5 years, I see myself just coming out of university. I hope to make an impact there. And after university, I look to have been drafted by an NBA team and hopefully showing my talents and abilities to whatever team takes me.
That's tough, bro. What are three characteristics that you think? Okay, these are the keys to me getting and making that goal in 5 years happen.
Um, Discipline, uh, work ethic, and just like a will to do it because like it comes from like deep down it comes from you, like yes there's external factors and whatnot, but at the end of the day it's you that's getting out of bed going here and there to put in the work. And while you get there, like you can just be there for 2 hours and not do nothing, or you can be there for 2 hours, be locked in for that 2 hours straight and just putting in straight work. So I feel like discipline will help you get out the bed in the morning, have a routine that you go through, and then the work ethic that's for when like you get to that place, you get to the gym for a fact, for example, and you're putting in that
Hmm.
work for like an hour or however long you're there, and then uh the drive and the will, like that's what's making you go hard in the gym and like for the time that you're there. So I feel like those three things would help me progress.
That's super dope, bro. And if there's like one lesson you could give to like I don't know the next kid trying to come and follow in your footsteps, like what would a piece of advice would it be?
um I would say don't don't let social media get to your head too much. There's a lot going on social media and stuff like that. There's kids who will develop faster than you and stuff like that. Don't let that discourage you. Rather let that encourage you and work even harder. Like yeah, they got talent, but you got the work ethic. You can work 2 times harder, and at the end of the day, hard work beats talent. So you just keep working and try your best to not let the social media stuff really get to your head.
That's perfect, bro.